Alright, welcome back. From the last section, we've explained how we get our IV cam and how we also source for our OBS, how we install them. And now right away we are going into our OBS to set up the interface for us to broadcast. So before we start, we've already created a scene in the last video. If you've not checked the previous video, I'll provide the link below this video so you can check it up to learn what to done in the past. I will not be repeating them again. So let's quickly jump into my first broadcast. So my first broadcast, if you check under the section of my first broadcast, we are not having any source here, so I need to bring in some of the source, and some of the source that I'll be using is the camera, which will serve as my visual. So let me, under this section, you can see under the source we have the plus, which is to add the source. We have delete, which is to delete the source that we are choosing. We have the setting, just to set the to give setting to any of the source that we are choosing. For now, let me click the source. We have various sources that we can add. We have the application audio capture, we have the audio input capture, we have the audio output capture, we have the browser. All this audio depends on the device that you are taking. For example, I can be playing audio from a audio software outside. This is one advantage that they just added to OBS. It's not in older version of OBS. OBS older version, you can just bring the audio inside, play the audio, and you can't control to pause or forward the audio, so it will just be playing to the end. But with this audio application audio capture, I can play with any audio package on my system, maybe VLC or other audio packages, while I can be controlling, maybe mixing the audio over there, and the output of the audio will be playing right away on my OBS. I think I used this recently to broadcast for one church like that, whereby we are just mixing the audio on another software, and we are using images to balance things up on it. Browser is if I want to bring any content from my browser, maybe a web page, into my OBS. We have color source. This is just to generate a color to fill the whole source of the whole page or part of the page. We have display capture, we have the game capture, we have image, you can add images, we have image slide, maybe you have multiple images that want to be sliding. We have media source can be video source, recorded video, it can be audio, it can be image, and the likes. We have scene is just like the previous one that we created over the section of scene, as if we are packaging a content per event. So we have the text, you can add the text, we have the video capture, and you have the window capture. Window capture is just to take everything on your screen, what is displaying on your screen. So let's add the video source to it by the first approach that is showing me now is my own system camera. You can see what is here. We have the HP webcam, but it's not the HP webcam that I want to utilize. We actually want to use the IV cam. So what you just need to do is just to click this drop down and go into E2soft IV cam that we just choose now. So that is what I'll be choosing next. So you can see now that is the source of my camera. So I can click OK for that one. So you can see that the camera is not covering the whole screen now. So I can come under this setting to go back to that particular way I imported and do some setting there. But practically you can do it on the fast track that you don't need to disturb yourself the way they pen it down. So you can just come over the video shot that is being open here and just right click on it, go under your section of transform, and make it to, you can stretch it to the screen or fit it to the screen depending on what you want. When you fit it to the screen, depending on the resolution that you are working with, it might not fill the screen, but if you stretch to the screen, it will enlarge it to fill the screen. So this is my camera source. So let me add another thing to it. I want to add something like a logo icon on it. Don't forget, I told you that this section is your preview section. Nothing is already going live here. So let me add logo icon to it. So I'll go to image section. Let me tag it as logo. Okay. So let me pick from my browser. I think I have the icon here. Okay, so let me use this. So you can see that this fill up the whole space, so you can adjust. For this one that is shifting, I can lock it down so that it will not be moving around while I adjust this. So you that you are good already on graphics design, it will help on arranging your interface over here. So I can have this as my icon over here. So another thing, I can add my image color source. Let me call it message alert background, that is BG. So okay, so for this one I'll be using yellow color. Let me use the color hexadecimal code FFFF this 400. So that is yellow. So that is the color source that I want to use. So I can bring this down by holding my shift. It will not be uniform separation. I can just break it down like this. That is my okay, that is yellow. So I want some text to be going on this yellow of a thing, so I can add text over it over here. Where's my text? I can call it scrolling text. Scrolling text. Okay, so let me bring some text over here that I can use. I don't want to be typing. Okay, let me type it instead of wasting my time going to click. Welcome. Enjoy. Okay, so that is the text I want to use. You might select the font. Okay, so you can select the fonts over here. For my brand I use Futura. So okay, so you can select the color. For the purpose, this is a plain color, light color, so I have to put a deep color on it. So let me be using black as the color text. So I can also change the font size. Let me be taking 100. Let's see how it goes. Okay, 100 is too much. Let's use something around 70. Okay, it's too much. Let's use around, I think 60 should be okay. Okay, let's use that. So I can bring it over here. This is too much. So click on the setting. Go back to the font. Yeah, let's choose 40. Okay, I think this is okay. So this text is not much based on what I've used to. So but let me add more text to it so that you can understand what I want to do. So I will duplicate this same thing. Okay, so it's not a bit long. So what I just need to do here is that I have to come use immediately. You click on any text property or any of these source, you always see a section over here which is showing the property, the filter, and other features over here. So for the text, then you go to filter. You can modify the text over here instead of clicking on the setting icon. So I can just click over here and click on the feature. So under the feature, they have some of the features that came with OBS. So under them, you can see some of the options. We have the chroma key. Chroma key is just to separate. If you are using green screen or blue screen background, it's easy to remove the background section. Maybe in our subsequent video we'll attempt to this. We have color correction just to trace the way outlook of how your color looks like and the like. You have color key and the likes. But the purpose of this one, we want to use the scroll. The scroll is just to keep the object moving. So the scroll is to keep the object moving. So now we want it to move horizontal, like you're moving from your right to your left. So let's set it on motion. You can see it's already moving. So depending on the speed that you want, you can set it up over here. You can see that it's already on motion. So another thing you will notice on the interface is coming from a rear end. Probably I want to put another thing over here, maybe like clock icon. The limit width and set the width band for the length of the scrolling text. So we can see that this one is too small, so we have to go back to the feature and probably select larger version, larger width, like 1/8 depending on the width. Okay, I think this is okay. So we can now bring another solid shape into to represent the icon that I said. We can put something like the time section there. So I will be putting another solid this time around, which is the color source. So let me tag this one BG1. So I'll be putting it on blue. So let me use hexadecimal code over here. No, let me change it to 33. So I can rearrange this to minimal level to reduce the size on the screen. By holding shift, I can adjust it to one side. So it will look as if the text is coming out from underneath of that image and it's going to underneath of the another one. So to duplicate it, I need to copy it at first. So after copying our first copy, I still need to right click on it again and still go back to paste, but this time around it will be duplicate. So I can drag it to the other end to show the perfect. So the design can be in your own form the way you want it. It depends on how you want the template of design to be. Here I'm changing the color template. I'm making it this side to be red. So that is just basically the thing that you need. But however, you can still do more to the interface. You can add maybe like image, you can add animated objects, you can add icon. There's more that you can do to the interface, that you can edit this interface, but at least that is the basic thing that you primarily learn for now. So for that one, after the interface being set, you can, like I said, the transition from the primary preview section to the broadcast section, you can transmit it, so it will definitely be going live. But this is not yet going live on your broadcasting channel. You have to set it up. Join me in the next section while we explain how you can make this one to go live on your channel. So stay tuned. If you've not subscribed, click on this subscribing button. Click on what? Click on this. What's up?